You okay?
Yeah. Are we recording?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we are. Okay, great.
De-pretzeling myself to get back to facing you.
Comfort is imperative in this life.
I thought it was going to be cute, like tuck my little feet under my little, and everything cracked from the hip
It's
down.
giving like you're wearing big skirts. Like that's how you would sit if you're wearing a big skirt.
Right. Like I'm like on a lawn with a wicker picnic basket.
And like you have an umbrella for shade.
Yeah.
And like a bonnet.
Right. And instead I'm just wearing kind of like a taxidermed version of my dog because of how much fur is on my leggings.
I see it. It's nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Laundry day is approaching.
I did a little bit of laundry today, but I was using my roommate's detergent and it doesn't smell good. So I need to try something else.
I'm in need of like a powerful deodorizer for my clothes. You know when exercise clothes just like cannot smell good?
Yeah.
Like you take them out of the laundry, they smell fine. And then the second they go on your body, it's like
I don't know
mucus.
I don't know why it does that.
I'm just like, is it something about the way that the fabric is interacting with me? Like I'm not even sweating.
Right.
I'm just wearing it and all of a sudden it smells like mildew.
Yeah. I hear you. I don't have the solutions, but I'm with you and I stand with you.
It's like the way they smell. It's like I'm not running 25 miles. Like I'm literally like I'm on the bike.
Yeah.
I'm on a low resistance bike.
But it just means that you're working hard.
Totally. Or that my hormones are out of whack. Either
How's
or.
that going?
Poorly.
No answers?
No answers. None. I'm seeing a new doctor on Monday and say it with me. They're not covered by my insurance.
I mean, story of my life.
And that was revealed to me like so late in the process of scheduling that appointment.
No, it's actually impossible to know whether or not something is covered by insurance until you get the bill.
I think it's like a bingo thing and they pull out a ball and it's like, so by the way, this time
it's going to be a $600 charge for your visit. And
by the way, that's the price.
Yeah.
I'm like, for a consultation?
No, I'm familiar.
Like you're not even opening me up. You're
right.
It's on Zoom.
No, that's just like the
cost of
hourly
living.
rate.
Oh my God.
It's concerning.
Baffling.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can submit it and get like something reimbursed, but I also don't think that that's in the cards.
I think you can, depending on your insurance, but my insurance is so bad that I just like get absolutely railed in the ass anytime I have any kind of medical issue.
I'm just gonna have to eat it. I'm just gonna have to take it to the face.
And then by the way, it'll be 0 answers also as well.
They're gonna be like, have you maybe like tried sleeping more?
Oh, I was gonna make this my message in a bottle.
Should we flip it and reverse it?
Well, I can think of something else because you mentioned sleeping.
Okay.
And I figured out how to fall asleep.
Oh my God, wait, save it
Okay.
because I need all the help I can get.
Okay, have you been, I have a lot to say.
Okay.
We also like kind of didn't say hi or like do an intro or.
Okay, so kind of like pause for a sec. Let's reset. Hi. Oh my God. So this is where our intro music will go.
Yeah.
Kind of like 15 minutes in.
Yeah. Great.
I like that though.
I think it's fun to have
Cold
a little
plunge.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got on that topic actually.
I'm too like inundated with information at this point because of my need to dissociate and not be in my brain, that now anytime any topic gets discussed, I'm thinking about the people on Threads who were talking about that and what they said. And then I'm so filled with completely irrelevant, pointless thoughts.
Same. Do you want to know what corner of Threads I'm on right now? Honestly, it's like I'm gonna cry talking about it.
Oh God.
It's this woman, and she posted this picture of her adorable old senior dog. And she said, "Hi, everyone. This is Maple. Like, Maple crossed over the Rainbow Bridge today. Are there any dogs who are going to greet Maple on the other side?"
Stop.
Cue 700,000 comments of people sharing pictures of their dead dogs. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
In the back of this Uber, making me feel so sick and sad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I am. That's the slate I'm arriving with right now.
I need to log off.
I'm crying. I'm like literally tearing up.
Yeah, I've reached the side of Threads where people are posting selfies with their dead relatives in the background, with their dead, agape, open-mouthed relatives on the hospital bed.
Huh.
And we're like, hey, some things are just meant for you.
What's the caption? Like, are they like, pray for us?
It's kind of similar. It's like, Pappy crossed over the Rainbow Bridge.
Rip Van Winkle croaked.
Yeah. And everyone in the comments is like, hey, sorry for your loss, but like, please don't post a corpse.
Yeah. It's like insane to me that some of our stupid ass clip content has been flagged as being like flagrant on certain platforms, and people are going to go ahead and be posting dead boardies.
Yeah.
Doored boardies. Are you recording me?
Yeah. No, it's a hellscape out there.
It's really wild. It is a very like, and you're right, because when I first joined Threads, you made the observation like the algorithm is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Where if you engage with one thing, it's gonna kind of be the whole thing. And so obviously, because I am the way that I am, mine is extremely morbid.
Yeah.
A lot of cancer survivors, a lot of not so cancer survivors, and so many dead animals.
Yeah. I had an incident the other day. I came across on Threads. There's like a trend, I guess, which I did participate in last week, of posting a cute little selfie on Threads.
Oh, I loved that cute little selfie.
Okay, I loved it too. And I genuinely expected it to get like -2 likes. But then I got like 700 likes, all of them from like 62-year-old single dads.
They all looked like Lana Del Rey's husband.
They were all
like interchangeable,
so deeply off-putting, but like at the same time, I was like, thank you. But anyway, like I saw someone, like a very attractive man, like post a cute little selfie.
Of course.
And so I liked it. And the next thing I knew, my entire feed was cute guys posting selfies. And I'm like, this is actually becoming a little much.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know, like I'm thinking back to when I was like, I like dolphins. And then all of a sudden, like absolutely everything about me had to be about dolphins, like t-shirts, barrette clips. I went to the aquarium for like 5 birthdays in a row. And it's like, actually, maybe it can just be like a one-time thing.
Right. Threads is like really intense with it. You said you liked that one picture of a woman's dead dog, and now you're gonna get lots of dead dogs galore.
Yeah, and so I have no choice now. I it was like close enough to when I left for recording where I was like, I'm turning around and I'm getting Roscoe. Like I can't. Which actually reminds me, Maxim, is this a dog-friendly location?
Heaviest of sighs.
I opened up a can of worms.
There have been dogs in here.
We can discuss after.
Cool.
Okay.
The dogs that have been in here have peed on stuff.
Oh, that's not my dog.
No, he's
not
perfect.
my dog.
Hashtag not my dog.
Hashtag not my dog. Hashtag not all dogs.
Right. Well, maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Talk about it after.
Cool.
Because Roscoe misses me.
I just had a vision of him kind of like curled.
Oh, he would come over here.
Hey, of course. Yeah. I forget you guys spent so much time
back
together.
when we would record back in the day.
Back at our old studio.
Yeah.
Wink.
Wait, side note. Are you moving? Like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm moving in May. I have time.
Okay. Wow.
But now I'm getting very stressed about curating the home. Because
of course.
It's my permanent home. You know what I mean?
Well, your permanent home will be in your casket.
Of course.
No,
it's my transitory home.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the home that you'll have in between now and your death. Yeah. So you have plenty of time to figure it out.
It's my own rainbow bridge in many ways. Yeah. No, you're so right. And in that sense, kind of takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
Right.
and it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's my temporary home while I inhabit this corporeal form.
Were you ever into The Sims?
Yeah, big time.
Did you like the gameplay or did you like the designing homes?
Designing homes.
So then you already know what to do.
I know. I
It's
just
like-
kind of need to like tap. I need to lock in and tap back in.
And you know what you could do is you could get The Sims and like make a little model home in there of what you like.
Yeah, just kind of like test things out for size.
Because it could be fun to like, it could be a way to relieve stress, you know? Like,
Yeah.
This is just a little play game.
Yeah.
And so is your own home.
Were you a gameplay girl?
I was a gameplay girl.
Okay.
So like my sister was into designing homes.
Sure.
So I would always let her design the homes. And then I would be like, okay, time for me to make these Sims kill themselves.
Okay, so I was also into like the killing themselves thing too, obviously. Like,
I also liked just like everyday stuff. Like I literally liked making like bolognese.
right. It's so funny because like I spent so much time curating the home and then killing the Sims inside of the home
Mhm.
that I forget what else you were supposed to do.
So in the
Did you go
old
to work?
You did go to work, but you didn't go with them. It would just like
They would go.
they would go and then the clock would go really fast and then at 5 p.m. they would come home
Right.
in the carpool.
Oh my God, those were simpler times.
But nowadays with like The Sims 4, which is like the most current version, there's a lot more like interactive. There's like challenges, there's story arcs that you can play out, which is I think is really fun.
Do you play still?
Not really, but I got it kind of recently. I forget. I think it was like during the snow and I was just like, what can I do to entertain myself? And it's so fun.
Wait, I have to know how your laptop reacts to having a game inside of it.
It reacts well.
Really?
Yeah.
I just have like all of my memories of playing this. I cannot separate playing The Sims from like my mom's computer burning me.
You have to have like a relatively like strong new
Yeah.
computer. The one that I got my current laptop like 2 years ago. So
Okay.
it runs pretty well.
I'm in need of
Yeah.
a new laptop.
Get one.
Yeah.
Why did I think you already got one?
Well, I've been using Parker's, which looks new. He's like, hey, as a reminder, can you like not edit your podcast on my computer? And
But
I'm like,
you have
but
to.
it works better than mine.
Also, like I only edit the clips on my new laptop.
Of course.
I don't because
Oh my God, my old laptop the way that it would turn to battery acid in my hands
Yeah.
if I attempted to edit a clip on my old laptop.
Yeah.
Non-starter.
totally.
Wait, did you get a fun new computer? Like, is it a fun color?
I got I think it's called like Midnight or something. It's
Okay.
it's like a dark blue.
It's a navy. I haven't
like
been
it.
over to your place in so long.
Come over.
I know. I want to see all your new things. Oh, I made a big life move today.
What?
I got TSA PreCheck in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean in person? Did you go to the airport?
No.
Sorry, I'm so stupid.
No. And ultimately, I didn't know how it worked either,
Mhm.
but you fill out a little application online and then you go to one of their locations. Mine was at Oculus, like by One World Trade,
Oh,
that whalebone
Yeah.
building. And there's a little kiosk and you just type in your application code and you're on your merry way.
oh, I should do that.
It was so easy.
But honestly, at this point, the pre-check lines are longer than the regular lines.
I'm like, I'll do the whole song and dance. Like, I feel like it's like a status symbol more so than it is like an experience. You know, it's just like, oh, I have TSA PreCheck. I can say that.
I
But
wish
the
they gave you
experience is
like
the same,
a
I think.
warm towel or something.
A eucalyptus towel.
Yeah. Like you should get something special and nice if you have pre-check. But instead, it's just you don't have to be in the same line as the other people.
Yeah, you just don't get like frisked by a TSA agent.
Which is like cool. That's the one
It's like that
physical touch that I
was
get.
that was the cool part.
So why would I do that?
Do you have that feeling when you walk through the big magnetron thing when they tell you to go, where they're like, you're okay,
Mhm.
where you're like, I know.
You didn't catch me.
It's like, I know.
Do I have that feeling?
I also always have the fear that like they're gonna catch me with something. Like I don't know what it is, but they're gonna find me.
I did recently, for the first time, travel with weed gummies,
Oh, interesting.
which I never would do that because I'm like too paranoid. But I was like, if I just put them in my vitamin holder, I could just say they're CBD gummies, and like, who's none the wiser? Seriously.
Also, like, is the risk the dogs smell it? Because I
But they
can't imagine that a X-ray machine can.
they smell like peach rings, so
Yeah.
the dog would smell peach rings.
Right.
Maybe if they were trained to smell peach rings, they would catch me. but they wouldn't.
Well, they should be adding that to canine training, don't you think?
Well, maybe, but I don't want them to. So don't. But no, I that was like my one, because I would never bring like flour. You know, that to me, that's
a different
risky.
Yeah. That's a different beast.
But it's so easily disguised as anything else. And I could be like, this is my vitamins.
Oh, yeah. Well, nowadays it's just like I have chronic pain.
Everything's in gummy.
Yeah.
So
it's Vita.
But yeah, no, sometimes I want them to call me out and like be like, oh, we need to like look at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because that would be nice for you to just like pat me down.
To be seen and chosen that way.
To be chosen.
To be chosen.
That's
I was
it.
chosen one time flying to Israel.
Of
Have I ever
course.
told you this story?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. I was prepared that like the security lines, I flew on El Al, which is the Israeli airline. And I was prepared, like, if you're not Jewish, they might give you a hard time. And I was like, that feels kind of like an egregious thing to say. Lo and behold, I approach the line, and the first question that I'm asked, this is like in the bag check area, is, are you Jewish? And I was like, it's complicated. And I literally said, it's complicated. In which case they were like,
Yeah.
flagged over some
You need to go to the
additional
back
people.
room.
And so they asked who paid for my ticket. I don't know what they were trying to get to the bottom of, but they were like, who paid for your ticket? Why are you going? Who are you meeting over there? Are they Jewish? Do you have roommates? Like, it became this like interrogation.
Oh my God.
And then they finally flagged me through, and I get to the gate, and there's this special cubicle at the gate, and I have to go in. They strip search my ass. I'm in undies, but I'm strip searched. My bag is taken away from me.
Oh my God.
And I finally get on the plane. I fall asleep miraculously. I wake up to someone tapping my shoulder, and he goes, "Good morning. Your bag didn't make it on the flight." I was like, what?
Huh?
My carry-on bag, the only thing I packed, didn't make it on the flight? And apparently it happened to like a large group of people on that flight.
Okay.
It's like some intense security measure. But the bag did end up finding me at the hotel that I was at in Jerusalem. And when I opened it up, it was like fully ransacked.
Was everything in there?
Of course. They were like, we don't want your crusty undies. Ew. Also, time to get a new pair, sister.
Yeah. And days of the week, they're kind of over.
Yeah. And you're how old?
Damn. That's like some hypervigilance if I've ever heard of it. And hypervigilance comes from trauma.
Oh, in a big way.
Yeah.
The whole experience to me signaled things have gone extremely wrong
Yes.
in the past.
Right.
And you, ma'am, with your complicated Jewish story, will not thwart this for
Right.
us.
No, we're going to make sure that we're going to check all your cavities.
Man, were they filled?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. Hey. Well, travel's going to be crazy.
Travel's gonna be nuts.
Travel's going to be nuts.
Travel's gonna be nuts. It was an impulse decision though, because I'm about to go skiing in 2 weeks.
Oh,
I know.
where are you going?
Colorado.
Where?
Some place near Denver.
Okay.
I'm visiting Hannah.
We were just talking about, me and Maxim were just talking about skiing in Colorado.
Are you a skier?
Of course.
Right.
But
of
not
course.
really.
Oh, right. Of course.
I know how to ski. The last time I skied was like a long time ago, like probably 6 or 7, like probably before the pandemic. But I can.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me. About that amount of time.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going in like we'll see where this takes us.
No, that'll be so fun. We were just talking about how there's like no snow out there. So hopefully you guys
I know.
have
I'm
some.
like, fingers crossed it's only like one day on the slopes, and then we can go like hiking and sitting. We can go
love
hiking and sitting.
the sitting part.
Me
The
too.
best part about skiing is coming back
I know.
at like 4 o'clock and having a cocktail.
A couple snacks, some cheese and crackers and a cocktail.
And then like having some pasta.
Yep. Most underrated part to me too is like changing into dry
Oh.
socks. Like getting those wet, raggedy ass socks off your feet. Dry socks go on.
Yeah.
Couch, I'm always taking the corner.
Mhm.
Cocktail. Cheese board.
Cheese board. Ideally, you have like people around you who you like,
Totally. That's important
because
too.
then you can like chat and gab.
Totally.
Not as familiar with that, but would love someday to have that.
Yeah, I'll report back on how the chatting and gabbing portion of
Yeah, let me know.
our ski trip goes. But
Without me there, it'll be tough.
Oh, of course it always is. You're my permission to speak. Oh,
well.
God. Speaking of other interesting things that have come across my desk.
My hands are sweating.
Mine too, actually. I have this weird hand moisturizer that like doesn't sink fully into the skin. It kind of like leaves an oily film.
I don't like that.
So I've been like writhing my hands like a freak in the office. I'm like, I promise it's just like this strange
They're
moisturizer I have
She
on.
must be coming up with an evil plan to take over the world.
They're like, maybe it's best if you work from home.
Yeah. Is that Gru?
Yeah, let's just say I've been scheming.
Mm-hmm. So wait, what came across your desk?
Oh, okay. Well, first things first. Parker sent me a podcast about this whole like looks maxing trend.
I've been trying to avoid this.
And it was, first of all, the most harrowing listen ever, but it was very timely because over Instagram, you shared with me some homework for
Yes.
this episode,
Yeah.
which is a documentary called Inside the Manosphere.
I think it's called Into the Manosphere.
Into the Manosphere.
And it's Louis Theroux, who I did not know prior to this, but who is a very prolific documentarian.
Did you know that he's actually related to Justin Theroux?
No, but that makes sense.
They're cousins.
Oh,
Yeah. And they grew up in different parts of the world, which would explain the accent.
I wonder if he met Katy Perry.
It's possible.
Did
Wait.
you see that?
Justin Theroux.
Wait, isn't that the one? No.
No.
Oh,
I think there's two. There's two. Who's the other Theroux who was dating Jennifer Aniston for a bit?
Oh, I'm thinking of Justin
You're
Trudeau.
thinking of Justin Trudeau. Okay, honestly, like that was unfair.
Wait, who's
like, it's
Justin Theroux? He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Okay.
Have you
They
ever seen The
shouldn't-
Leftovers?
They shouldn't both be named Justin. No, I haven't.
Very good.
But I did see
he's in
him
that.
on, he's been in stuff that I've seen.
Totally. He
Justin
is
Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. And by the way, I did not blink at the Katy Perry thing. I was like, maybe.
Totally.
Entirely possible.
I was just thinking about like Katy Perry posted recently on Instagram or something being like, it was like a meme about like waiting for your boyfriend to come back from doing his big boy work to hang out with you. And it's like, that's Justin Trudeau. Like,
It's like, that's going to go ahead and be an extremely important figure.
anyway, continue.
He's not playing with Tonka trucks or something.
Although maybe he is.
He might be. God only knows.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was just very timely because I feel like out of nowhere, like this whole trend has been around for a while, right? Like
Looks maxing.
looks maxing and like
Can you describe what it is?
basically, so the whole movement kind of revolves around this guy who goes by the name Clavicular.
No, it doesn't.
I promise you it does.
No.
I promise you in my bones that's the truth.
In your clavicular.
In my clavicular. Yeah.
Why is he called that?
Clavicles.
Well, I understood.
So his real name is probably like John Garrett or something. And he grew up in Hoboken and he self-proclaimed like loser growing up, like just made fun of a lot and, you know, kind of an outcast. And then he just kind of got sucked into whatever online manosphere exists
Oh, no.
with just like content about like improving yourself. And it very quickly transitioned into like kind of this belief that the only thing that matters in life, like period, is how you look. Like everything, success, love, like all of it is predicated on your looks. That is like the highest form of currency to this guy. And so he's basically on like an entire pharmacy's worth of hormones and different pills to like create this ideal male form. The
Oh.
craziest thing is that these looks maxers, like the very, very extreme ones, will use a hammer to hit their face because apparently it like breaks apart your muscle and rebuilds it in a way that like leads to a more chiseled.
It's like, yeah, you're treating yourself like you're the David.
Exactly.
and you're Michelangelo
You're
and the David,
David
at the same time.
Right. Exactly.
But except of being made of clay, you're made of skin.
You're made
bones.
of skin and bones and organs.
So it's different.
Yeah. In many ways, it's the same. And then,
And I do think the David is marble, but
yeah, but like
same diff.
just kind of like a nicer stone.
Clay, you throw it in the kiln and then it becomes hard.
Totally. Someone described it on a podcast as like male to male transitioning. Literally, like
we are in the wrong timeline.
I agree.
It's also just so funny to me because like every single like parable, fable thing growing up that you hear is like looks aren't everything, and like that's a big lesson.
It's like the second lesson you're taught after sharing is good.
Sharing is caring, and don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. I feel like my mom like ingrained in me, probably because she took a look and was like, uh-oh. Okay, so looks aren't that important. Come on, right, guys?
Right.
But she would tell all these horror stories of these girls that she went to middle school with whose value was just looks and how far they fell after that. And it was like ingrained into me.
Wait, this is so much funnier than I thought because I didn't realize looksmaxxing was like a real thing and I've never looked into it.
No, it's like a whole... I feel like we talk about looksmaxxing now in like an internet-y way and it's funny. Like, oh, I'm looksmaxxing. I look really cute.
I thought it was a joke.
But it's like a very real subculture of extremely fucked up dudes.
They're so sad.
It's honestly, it's really heartbreaking.
Well, and that was my main takeaway from Into the Manosphere was like, oh, these men are like the picture of weakness.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't be more weak.
Yeah.
But it's funny because they don't see themselves like that.
No. And they can't see that what they are doing is like the most ironic form of being masculine.
Yeah.
Where it's like everything that you're saying is like so hilariously off the rails. Like I don't even think that you can see that this is ridiculous.
Right. So we both watched. So wait, so you listened to this podcast about looksmaxxing.
So I listened to the podcast about looksmaxxing and then you were like, oh, P.S. watch this documentary. And like the themes were like
Symbiotic.
completely symbiotic. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to my friend Brenna who turned me on to this documentary Into the Manosphere. I watched it over the weekend and I mean, this is the thing, like similar with looksmaxxing, like I had heard of the word, but I didn't really know what it was. And same with like, I've known ambiently that like these people exist. I know about Andrew Tate. I've read like one article about him. But like this doesn't come across my desk. You know, vibrationally we are not aligned, and so there's really no reason for me to engage with you or for you to know about me. Like we wouldn't cross paths vibrationally.
Yeah.
If not for Louis, who bravely entered the Manosphere and was really honestly delightful in
He was so cute. He was so like the part where he was like the podcast guest and he was like relegated to the shame couch. And he was like, I disagree.
Well, I would just
I would push back on that. And
but yeah, what were your like initial reactions to the vibe?
well, I think the first was like, these are the most unserious people I've ever met or interacted with virtually. Like these are just like profoundly like they're just silly boys. Like,
yeah.
And so that was something that I was actually trying to tease out. Like, is this like a self-aware kind of bit that they're doing, or is it just like so off the rails of like a version of masculinity that they just like they're so deep in it that they can't see?
I feel like it started off as like real and genuine, and then they found out that like they could make more money, and by leaning more into the extreme.
Right.
And so then they just like kept pushing it. I mean, like there were things that one of the guys, the podcaster, I think his name was Myron.
Oh my God. He, by the way, was like the most evil character.
I wanna ask you which one of the three that you hated the most.
Okay.
But
Finish your thought first.
Yeah. So shoot.
He was on saying something
on his podcast, I forget exactly what he said, but like, you know, something about women like not existing besides just to like be in the kitchen and just saying like this crazy shit. And I'm like, I don't know if you actually believe that. I think that you just want to hear yourself say the most crazy thing that you could think of.
I think it's like, it's exactly what you were saying. Like their currency is views on, like, it's their currency is the algorithm and like how the algorithm interacts with their content. And so these guys know, oh, if I say something about whatever, women don't deserve X, Y, and Z, or I mean, he had some heinous comments about like, you should be forcing sex on.
Oh yeah, he says I dictate when I put my dick in you. Which, by the way, he thought that was like bars.
He literally thought that was prose. I was like, I'm shook. I almost had to pause it at that point where I was like, this is too much.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Luckily, Louis' like whole energy sort of, it was like a cold splash of water whenever you needed.
Right.
Because he just like he would give them just like blank stares after they would say like women, when they would be like, women love this, like women love guys like us. And he'd be like, do they?
I don't think they do, but he's like, I feel like kind of relationships are maybe about more than that.
I feel like you could fall in love with a woman because of like her sense of humor and like the way she thinks. And they were like, huh? Like, it's like he was speaking a different language.
Oh my God. And the comments about him were so mean that were coming in when I was just like, this is a humiliation ritual. But yeah, what were we talking about with, oh, right. Like, I think that they say the most extreme thing because they know it's going to bubble to the top of everyone's feeds and that's going to make them money. And I did find it interesting though, when like the cameras were off and he was just talking to, like, I think Myron as the example, where he was like, do you actually believe that like you get to, like, do you see the hypocrisy of like supporting or like bringing OnlyFans women onto your show, but also saying that porn is bad,
disgusting
and disgusting and vile? Like, do you see that these two things like cannot exist at once? And like the second he tested the logic, the guys were like, well, I mean, like completely walk back everything they said. So it's like all a fucking fallacy. Like they don't believe any of it. But I think that they get a rise from this whole like fake alpha dog persona that they get to put on and make money off of.
Yeah. And I need there to be like a part 2 that goes into like the audience, because that was something that I felt I was left a little bit like wondering, because the audience does believe everything that they say and hook, line, and sinker. Like, they're feeding off of it.
I literally thought some of the saddest parts were the guys being like, I worship you. And you can tell that they're being so genuine.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it was kind of skirted over, but the guy Louis was talking to one of the guys who's like a follower of, maybe it was Jake, who was the redheaded guy.
Justin.
Who, by the way, was my least favorite.
He was my least favorite too.
Oh. The part where he was like, do you see anything around here that was invented by women?
Oh my God. It's like, yeah, every fucking human being, you idiot.
It's like, you fool.
Literally you fucking dumbass.
He was the worst. And like, I thought it was so telling too that his like wife and kids were like, I'm absolutely not fucking being part of that documentary.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I did love that.
Yeah.
Also, I loved the moment when I think part of why he was the worst was that he was like the most aware of how shitty he was.
Yes.
And when he gets out of his like whatever, his Lambo, and he turns to Louis and he's like, I know that's not success. I know that's not. I know. I wouldn't be so stupid as to think that that's success. And it's like, shut up. Like,
it's like the fact that you're even saying that is like drawing attention to the fact
like,
that you clearly think that's success.
Think it is. Like, You want us to know about your car, therefore you're talking about it. Like,
It's like
shut
that
up.
old thing, that old rag, definitely not success.
Yeah.
Lip purse. It's like,
Right?
dude.
You don't like it, do you? Or do you?
Oh my God. But then when, those two guys who were much younger than he was, like, went to that tea place. Remember they like got tea somewhere?
I believe you.
Okay, whatever. And it was just two guys who were literally like, I can't believe you're here. Like, I worship you. I kiss the ground that you walk on. And then Louis caught up with those same guys later. And like, one of them was talking about the fact that he's turned to this guy after his brother committed suicide. It's like, these are extremely like vulnerable, sad young boys.
Oh yeah.
They're not men. They are boys.
And I remember that too, because he brought it up and Louis was like, oh my gosh, that must have been like really hard for you to deal with. And he was like, yeah, but that's in the past, and like it's in the past, so I just like have to look ahead to the future. It's like, you so obviously like do not know how to feel your feelings.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just further entrenching you in like denial of your humanity.
100%. Yeah. It's like, you found guys who are telling you that like all of those tough feelings actually, like, you can do away with those completely.
Right.
Yeah, the one I listened to a podcast, because I didn't finish the documentary, but I ended up listening to a podcast that had Louis on. And a big portion of what they talked about was the audience and how, like, by and large, the audience for these men are boys. It's 15-year-olds who are like trying to figure themselves out, who are like confused about sex and sexuality and identity, and like they are mainlining information from these fucking idiots, like, who basically are only doing it to make money.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. It's like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme. Like, you're just using this whole guise of being a Manosphere dude to like invest in crypto and like make a buck off of these 15-year-old boys.
Yeah. No, and like HSTikkyTokky.
By the way, I was like, what? I was like, that's the username. They were like, choose a username. And he was like,
maybe HSTikkyTokky.
Maybe my initials with TikkyTokky at the end.
And it's like, this person is taken seriously as like a leader of men.
And they dignify him by calling him HS. I was like, call him TikkyTokky.
Call him TikkyTokky
He
now.
chose that.
And is it because of TikTok, or is it like,
girl, if I couldn't tell you.
I would say HSTikkyTokky was actually the one that I had the most empathy for.
Totally.
Because they all are very weak and fragile. But he seemed to have the veil was the thinnest with him.
Completely.
Yeah.
Because the second he started talking about his mom, he's like, oh my God, my mom would kill me. Like, I'm a feminist. Like, she's a feminist. Like,
she hates homophobia.
She hates homophobia.
misogyny.
She hates racism.
It's like,
I
so
was
everything you stand for. Cool.
I was like, so you're just a boy who moved to Spain to like twist the knife in his much wiser
His poor
mom's
mother.
spine.
Yeah.
Like, you're just doing this to rebel against your mom.
Well, and as soon as it was obvious that he did not know who Louis Theroux was prior to agreeing to doing this documentary, and it wasn't until after the fact, when his followers were like, oh, he's gonna destroy you, that then he started to talk about and be like, very bombastic about that. And it's like, you're so scared. Like, it's so obvious how like a little tiny boy who's afraid of like having their hand caught in the cookie jar, essentially. Like, that was his energy. And I was like, you have probably the most potential to come back from this.
Yeah.
Whereas Justin is definitely a demon.
He is the way that he is for the rest of his life. Yeah. I'm like, you are a bad fucking apple, and there's no fixing someone like that.
True evil. And then Myron,
I feel like is two different people. Like, I feel like he's one type of person when he's on the podcast, and then he's probably still extremely bad, but I don't think like as sinister as he is when he's behind the mic.
Yeah. I think he probably had the most sinister in terms of like impact. I feel like just seeing all of those girls on his podcast who are basically there just to get clout, but like they just get shat upon.
Right. It was like, name 3 countries.
That was crazy.
By the way, I'm like, if I'm in a massive group of people on a microphone and someone says name 3 countries, promise you I'm not naming 3 countries.
I promise you I'm getting up and leaving.
Promise you I'm going to say Bethesda.
When someone was at Barcelona, I was like, you're just, what are we doing?
And I felt so much fucking sympathy for her too, because I was like, of course, this is like, they are begging for you to mess up.
And of course,
and
like,
you're freaked.
As soon as that question would be posed, I would not know any countries.
Exactly. It's just like brain would go fucking blank.
But also, obviously the question is so insulting.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's
like we're trying to
insulting.
catch you in the act, and you know what? You can't win for trying, because if you answered them correctly, it's like boring.
Also, if you answer them correctly, you're buying into the premise of the question.
Exactly.
Which is that you think I don't know 3 countries. I'm not going to play your little game. This is like, honestly, the whole thing, it made me feel a lot more at ease about being someone who talks into a microphone.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because I'm like, girl, you're not evil. So it's good.
Yeah.
I forget my other point. Gosh, my brain is not really working that well today, sadly.
I know. Well, we've talked a lot about a lot of things. We're bouncing around a lot.
We are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was equal parts like funny, but also like, this is really like, people, they have millions of followers.
Totally. It's like, and by the way, because their followers are so young, it's like, actually, this does have an extremely scary implication, which is just like a generation of little boys is growing up actively thinking that this is like the blueprint. Like, it's one thing if it's like you and your crusty friends like hanging around, but it's like you're molding the minds of little boys.
Yeah. I like to think that there will be some kind of divine intervention for each of them on their journeys.
Sure.
Because I can't think that these guys are raising the next generation of boys.
No, that was the scariest part to me, which was like, oh, it's little guys on TikTok who are finding this.
TikTokky.
On TikTokky. Yeah. The other thing, and I'm interested to get your take on this. So Louis Theroux went on this podcast it's a guy who's like, I can't win for trying, like, to liberal newspapers, I'm part of the Manosphere, and then to the Manosphere, I'm like a beta cuck. So it's like a guy who kind of sits, I think he's just kind of probably like a guy with a podcast who probably only invites other guys on his podcast.
Right. Like, he's probably more like, Joe Rogan is like lesser in terms of extreme.
And I would say that this guy is even lesser than Joe Rogan.
Okay. So he's like,
he's just a dude with a podcast.
Guy with a podcast. So like, baseline, probably a bad person, but like not so bad.
Yeah. And he prefaced like most of what he was saying with, those were like the lowest form of people ever who you profiled. But he did have this like, he went on this kind of like path with Louis where he was like, can you understand why it doesn't click for a guy today to be told like you are dominant and you hold all of the cards when the world is like not the same that it was when guys actually did hold all of the cards?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was like, we men have, mental health issues. There's like a higher degree of men who commit suicide than women. And he was basically just like, is it not valid that men are also struggling? And Louis was like, of course, like, yeah, that's obviously valid, but they're obviously related too. And I think it's also like kind of telling that a man's reaction to that is the manosphere, which is like, claim your space and be as dominant as possible, when like typically a woman's reaction to that same scenario is like to make themselves much smaller.
Yeah, I think that the whole like narrative is so warped. Like, it's like their whole, like, a lot of the Manosphere guys talk about how men can't be men anymore, and how like they're emasculated by something I'm not aware of. It's just like not what's happening. Like, it's, yeah, like women are allowed to like have jobs. That doesn't mean that you don't get to have a job. Like, it just feels like a really intense response to something that I don't even perceive as like existing as a problem.
No, and likewise. And I thought what was telling in the documentary was that the only example they could like really cite about why women have the upper hand is like, oh, they're invited onto yachts and into clubs because they have boobs.
That was crazy when he was like, if you're a pretty girl, you can do whatever. It's like, so what if you're not a pretty girl?
Right.
Because not every girl is pretty. Oh, and oh my God, on the podcast when the guy was like, you're born with inherent value because you have titties and a vagina. You're born with inherent value. It's like, you are one of the stupidest, zero brain cells individual I've ever fucking encountered. And yet you make millions doing a podcast and I lose money doing a podcast.
I lose money and somehow. I only lose money. Yeah. Right. Where I was like, can you also not see that like being born with boobs and a vagina is also like a huge cross to bear in like so many other settings too? It's like
literally. But by the way, it's like, you say that we have inherent value, yet you treat women like absolute
like
trash.
Garbage, right? Which is like his whole. He's like compensating for it. He's like, because you're, and I think that was what was so twisted. It's like, because you're born with all this value, I now have to. It's incumbent on me now to take it away from you,
right? And I totally agree that like men are in crisis. Like that's 100%. Not debatable. Like it's true. I just think they need to read bell hooks.
Yeah,
like not go into the manosphere.
Yeah.
And go hang out with HSTikkyTokky. Now, maybe HSTikkyTokky could do like a collab with bell hooks.
Totally.
And maybe we could learn something.
Yeah, I think that would be illuminating.
Yeah.
Also, sidebar, listening to Louis Theroux say HSTikkyTokky. HSTikkyTokky.
HS. They always say
HSTikkyTokky. I was like, what are we talking about, brother?
Yeah, so that was definitely a journey that we both went on. Thank you for indulging me.
It was fascinating and scary and proof that if I ever have sons, they will live in a basement reared in isolation, far away from screens and phones.
And they would be only around like strong women.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to have gotten like the glimpse into that world because again, it's like something that I had heard about, but never fully, and I would never want to immerse myself. I would only want to do this in like a very detached 90-minute documentary.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh, I think I have more of an understanding of like, of this world now.
Yeah.
And it does, even though it's obviously extreme, it does inform like a lot of, you know, modern dating. There's a lot of guys who don't want to like pay for things,
right?
And they just they have a lot of hangups about their own manhood and like what they should do.
Yeah,
and they're very confused.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I would encourage any man who's listening to just do what feels right in your heart.
Yeah.
Like follow your heart.
And by the way, the more sensitive, the better, in my opinion.
Please.
My God.
Just feel your feelings. Like love yourself. Don't freak out. Like it's going to be okay.
Totally.
It's like, this is all these guys need to hear. And yet instead they're like,
by the way, you are going to like, this episode will drop. And I promise you, like all of our other episodes are irrelevant. And then this one randomly is going to have like 6,000 views. And you're going to have like thousands of men in your DMs.
But they're all going to
like,
hate me.
Mama.
They're all going to be like,
Mama,
you're a fucking fat bitch. And I'm going to be like, you would love to have sex with me.
Oh
like,
my God.
You would die and go to heaven.
Yeah.
Like
you would go to your final form, your final resting place, your final home.
Please.
Yeah. God. But it's true. It's just like, I'm really not trying to minimize like male pain because it's valid and real. And like the reason that all of this exists is because there is not like an intuitive place to put all of those feelings. If you're a guy, like women are told that they can express and feel and like that's celebrated, and that's harder for guys. And I understand that.
And I want to be part of the solution. Like I do want to be open and loving towards these very, very wounded individuals.
Hundo.
But I don't like when they say mean things about me and my girls.
Same. Leave the girls alone.
Like, we are beautiful specimens that should be worshipped and cherished and loved and adored.
Totally. Oh my God. Yeah. I also just like the last thing on this is like I didn't realize how much of a subculture it is. Like I thought it was
Same.
just like, oh yeah, like guys with podcasts. And it's like, no, they have words that they all say. They have like belief systems that they've built. Like it's a cult.
And
It's just eerie.
and they have their own like weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because like there would be times that like they would say something that they would be laughing, and me and Louis and everyone else watching is like truly agape, like in shock and horrified.
Yeah.
At
It
what
is
they've
like
said.
their own language, code of conduct. Like it exists as this like capsule world.
Yeah.
It's baffling.
Yeah.
And I hope they find peace.
Me too.
Ultimately, that's really all I want. It would be so much easier on all of us if these guys found inner peace and like healed their relationship with their mom.
Seriously, like we are. Just give her a hug and be like, oh, I did like the fact that Louis was diving into their childhoods, because obviously everything they do is a trauma response, and like
Of course.
it makes so much sense that like none of them really had strong father figures,
Yeah.
and so they had to overcompensate by being insane.
Yeah. The intuitive next step.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I think we do need to wrap this up.
Oh yeah. Okay. My I'm gonna be can be quick and efficient.
Okay. Well, we have a closing segment on this podcast called Message in a Bottle, otherwise known as I'm Gonna Be. It's where we take a moment to shower with love and affection, something that is bringing us joy, and especially needed today because we delved into some dark topics.
Absolutely. We're gonna dive out of the trenches for a second, crawl our way back out.
Great.
Mine's quick. My I'm gonna be goes to my Google Home, which is my
Oh.
little camera that I've set up on my windowsill, mostly to watch Roscoe when I'm away for long periods of time. But recently, so we're moving, obviously, which means that like our apartment needs to be shown for the next renter. And Parker and I left the apartment and we watched the entire showing of our apartment through our Google Home.
Oh.
So we could like hear people commenting on our apartment. Someone
It's giving
commented
Big
our
Brother.
yeah, it was very like panopticon.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like, I don't know, silly and goofy to see all these strangers in my apartment. And we were also tempted by the option to like speak through the microphone and be like, step away from the couch. And step away from the couch.
Yeah, that's so emotional that like it's time to make the transition.
And it's also just a reminder, like, I could be using this Google Home for so many other purposes than just spying on my dog.
I didn't know the Google Home had a camera. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
there's different kinds. 'Cause
Yeah.
mine doesn't.
It was mostly just to make sure when we first got it that like Roscoe wasn't peeing where he wasn't supposed to,
Sure.
or, you know, whatever, being a naughty puppy. But he's ultimately a naughty puppy. So, but there's other ways that you can use it too, like spying on Parker when he's with friends on the couch or when people are in your apartment for an apartment showing. And that's
Yeah.
ultimately nice too.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Well, my I'm Gonna Be goes out to I learned how to fall asleep.
Okay, say more.
I have been struggling with insomnia for like 3 years now. It never used to be a thing for me. I was a very good sleeper since baby, and I always have been. But 2023, something shifted, and it became a bit difficult for me to fall asleep. And then I saw, of course, on Threads, I think, and I'm sorry that I don't know who said this, but they basically said that if you close your eyes, which is typically the first thing you do when you try to fall
Totally.
asleep,
First step.
close your eyes and basically move your eyeballs like from one side to another. Just like continue doing that. You fall asleep within like 90 seconds.
Whoa.
It makes your eyes like feel really heavy, and it just like gets you into the zone.
Whoa. I don't know if I like the feeling of that. Does it kind of freak you out when you do it?
Not really.
Okay.
It's just like it does feel a little bit like kind of working out your eyeballs.
Okay.
And then once you do it, like I think the longest I've ever had to do it is like 5 minutes.
Whoa.
And then I'm like asleep. Whereas in the past, like I'll be up tossing and turning for hours.
Yep. That I love sleep time hacks like that. I also struggled with falling asleep quickly. Like it would take me probably like an hour usually. Like that felt normal for me to like take an hour to fall asleep. But I was big on like counting up to 500 and back down to 500 as many times as I could until I was like,
wow,
I'm really bored. The other one that my parents taught me is you pick a word, like a short word, call like, say it's like prune, and you spell prune, but with every letter you spell words with that letter. So
I
it'd
feel
be
like you told me this
P,
hack.
prairie, and then you would spell that.
Right.
And then, what's another P word?
Because I was Because I was trying to do this back when I had like the peak of my insomnia. I think you told me about this and it did work.
Yeah, because it's just like, it's a brain game and it's
just to like,
it's to bore you.
Yeah, it's to get you to be tired and
yeah,
ready to be unconscious.
But then, of course, my broken brain, I'm like, I need to be picking complicated words. And it seems like I'm not thinking of interesting words right now.
Right.
What's
and now
wrong
I'm like,
with me?
do I even know English? Like, should I open a book? Like,
Right.
should I learn a lesson? Should I sign
Name
up for a
3
class?
countries, sister?
Name 3 countries.
You won't.
And we can't.
And we can't,
unfortunately.
obviously.
But next time we will come with 3 countries.
That's for sure.
So shout out to HSTikkyTokky, Myron, and Justin.
We are sending you, for real, love and light.
Love and light.
And do with that what you will, and I hope it's for good. That's all.
Thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you.
This episode was a wild one.
Yeah.
But we got to the end, as we always do. Okay.
Well,
that's all for now.
See you next time.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.